Well, good morning, my ladies and my gents. Happy Sunday. Um, haven't talked in a few days, and I thought I'd give it a quick update. Um, got a couple of group build updates here. First, the ProStock Effing Everything group build, which is hosted by our buddy Josh over at BCG Resins, big supporter of my channel. Thank you, Josh. I greatly appreciate it. And also by Chris over at Scale Speed Garage, who has files that you can download and print yourself if you have, or maybe convince a buddy to print for you. Uh, and Chris provides a lot of the uh, um, files that Josh uses for a lot of his prints. So, yeah, working together on that one. This is my second attempt, and I think it came out better than my first. Learned a lot on that blue pickup. But I have finished it, and I'm going to show it off. And the other one is one that, well, I started last Monday, the Eastbound and Down truck group, group build for trucks. And I explained the rules in the initial video, and I'll have a link to that down in the description just in case you're interested. And I've got that as well as a bit of a review on the Revell Kenworth W900A kit. And and it's not that favorable. Uh, it comes out looking nice, but it's, yeah, you'll see when I get to it. So anyway, let me get the camera turned around here and we'll get to it. All right, here is my entry into the ProStock Effing Everything group build hosted by Josh over at BCG Resins and Chris over at Scale Speed Garage. Rules are pretty simple. Must have something from BCG Resins or have something printed from a file that was from Scale Speed Garage or both. Also, it should be something that you don't normally see at a drag race. Think farm truck, if you will. Something like, no Chevy. Whoops. Dang it. Excuse me, guy. I'm sorry. No stuff like Novas, no Chevelle, no Corvette, Camaro, Firebird, Mustang, stuff like this that you normally see. Again, think farm truck. So rules are on Facebook. Go to their search engine and put in ProStar F **** group build or everything group build, and it'll pull it up. This is mine. Not exactly pro stock. It's more of a local track with its own rules. So it's I was thinking pro street door slammer until I got to looking at the rules, and no, it's not a door slammer. So but yeah, it but this is the final. I think it came out looking pretty good. Oh, and it looks like I bent the drive shaft when I got it in. Oh well. Not going to fight with it right now. The hood off. And of course, you got the DRCE engine in it. That's from BCG Resins. Got the C7 transmission. You can see right along, get my finger in here. There we are. The fuel pump, that's VCG. The towers on either side here, the strut is actually come from the independent rear suspension and Model T frame. I did a couple of them, and he included 3 of these. It only uses 2, and I had a couple extras, so I used them on that. Okay. Coil is from VCG. The air filters are. the master cylinder, which I was going to put some stuff in, some brake lines, and I kind of got the tachometer, T-handle shifter, the steering wheel, all VCG, ProTech parts that I got from VCG, the uh, padding, the seatbelt harness hardware, um, all of the lines, the braided lines, the spark plug wires, and then I put a couple of hood pins on it, and those are ProTech. And of course, we've got the back half that came with it, and I've used two different types of wheels for it. And they're all VCG. But I wanted to show this. I was able to get those painted, the lettering painted on these. Look how cool that is. That came out pretty neat. You can kind of look at it, see up top there on that one, and come back over here. And that is this little bit here. So that actually came out looking really pretty cool. I'm pleased with that. Oh, also I got to put a couple of speaker grills back here, because why not? Part of the, it must be, the idea behind the local track is you must have, basically be able to put street tires on it and be relatively street legal, which means it needs headlights, tail lights, doesn't have any turn signals. Interestingly, the kit does not come with a mirror anywhere, so I don't have mirrors on it. Another little tip that I found online, the headlights, they're chrome. Guy takes some white paint, thins it a bit, and then mixes in some gray, and it gives more of a glass look. And then once that's painted up, you go through and use a fine line marker, like these. Whoop, that's one of something like this, the Molotov black liner, something, whatever you find, and trace around the outside. And I thought that came out looking pretty good. So, but anyway, there is my entry into the ProStock Effing Everything group build. Hang on, let me get things straightened around, and I will get the truck showing off here. Okay, well, here is what I've got so far on my Eastbound and Down group build. I introduced this last Monday to see if I could actually pull off hosting a group build. And this is what I'm working on. It's the Revell W900A Kenworth. And I was pretty excited with it when I saw it, until I started seeing some of what I had to do with it. Now I'm not so excited about this particular. It's a bit of a rough bit of a rough journey with this kit. I'll have a link to the video that posts up the rules for it. Pretty simple. Basically, you got a truck. Let's build it. Let's see it. Start with, on this particular, here is your sleeper. That's it. You got a box. You got front, back, two sides, top, bottom. No interior whatsoever. That's fine, because you'll never see it. When you go to the cab, you got the interior. Let's get it turned around straight. And you get the interior in it, completely covers that. You'll never see the interior of the sleeper again. So unless you leave the roof off. But the sleeper really let me down. The amount of fighting that I had to do to get it to actually be where it is presentable. All the parts were warped. Even after I did the hot water, it still just went together poorly. I had to fight with it. I had to rubber band it. I had to do all kinds of fighting with it. Uh, Top wouldn't fit square. I probably spent, after I got all the glue dry, I probably spent about 3 hours scraping, carving, and filing, and sanding, and puttying, and I still didn't get everything. It's like right here, but there'll be an exhaust pipe going right across that. So some of the goofiness I got there, yeah. But you can see where, even though I did all that, the black paint will generally cover it. So yeah, I know I got a lot of touch up I need to do with it. I painted it black, or painted it all red, and then after it all dried, I masked it off, and then I painted it with a red again to seal most of the. But there were places where I had a pretty good idea it was going to bleed, so wasn't a whole lot more I could do at that point. But you can see some of the places, like here on the side, but it's not 100% perfect, and I know I need to do a lot of touch up, and I'll get that with some red paint. But it's not bad for my first attempt at striping. So body's not bad. Um, kind of like what this came out with for the hood. I thought that looked pretty cool. I'm kind of pleased with it overall, even though I do have a bunch of touch up to do. The frame is pretty good, except for one thing. If you happen to build this one, you go online and look at photos of the frame. This cross member is backwards. Zoom in a little bit here. This should be oriented the same as this, not like this. This should be, and I discovered that afterward because I thought I wasn't looking quite right, but this is how the instructions call for it. Okay. And then I got to looking. Yeah. Need to be kind of careful with it. You can see that I got, this one is not even with the rest of them, the brake chamber. So I may have to do a little bit there. Here in the way. Yeah. Trouble with having long hair and long beard. But it's coming out. Some of the decals, if I can get it to zoom on. Little plaque, that's a decal. And on the other side, I've got the filters. One thing to remember is that the filters, when they spin them on, don't always align with the logo facing straight. So keep that in mind when you're putting decals on filters. So, but this is the interior. The only part of this that's actually going to be red is here and here. I'm going to go over this with a maroon paint. And for the leather, like back here in the seats, I'm thinking about mixing leather with some maroon to give a maroon colored leather. See how that works out. But yeah, let's see, I got a little bit of work to do on these to get them evened out. Floor, still debating whether I want to do red flocking, black flocking, painted all black, whatever. But it'll tell me when I get to it. But anyway, got the engine. Not pleased with the plastic. At least this isn't chrome. But the silver, I don't know if it's a reaction with the silver uh, color that they put in the styrene. It has a very cheap toy feel to it. So be that as it may. Anyway, this is what I'm working on next. And one other thing I don't like about this is it's one of these, it's got 231 pieces. And so far, every single piece that I've come to has had to be trimmed down. It's had to be worked on. It's had to be get the flash off of it. It's had to have the mold lines taken off. It's just you're going to spend nearly as much time filing and carving and trimming and as you do in painting and so forth. So keep that in mind if you happen to do this one. Uh, Expected more, but hey. So quick shout out, by the way, while I get this thing finished up here, Josh, bcgresins.com. Go check him out. Sign up for the newsletter. He's got some new stuff coming out anytime now, including wheels and tires for that Mobius lifted 4x4 F250 that has got tires that everybody says are too small. Well, he's got some bigger tires coming out for him. He's got some new steering wheels, air conditioning parts, both vents for the interior and an evaporator condenser system for under the hood. He's got those really cool 40s, 50s style swamp coolers that hang on the mirror, or not the mirror, the passenger side window. He's got a little swamp cooler that can fit on the floor or even in the seat um, that you can paint up and look really neat. Sign up for the newsletter. Be the first to know what all's coming out. Um, he'll also send you an email when new stuff is now available for sale. He'll shoot you an email, let you know. Go shopping. If you run across something that is out of stock, be sure and put in your email address in the notify me so that when it gets restocked, uh, you'll be you'll be notified of it and you can go get it. So when you go to checkout, be sure and use my promo code Jester10, Jester 10. Save you 10% on your order. It also tells Josh you're actually watching my stuff. So I always appreciate it. Please remember to like and subscribe, and if you haven't already, uh, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Good, bad, ugly, otherwise, whatever. Let me know what you think. That type of stuff tells YouTube that you're actually watching and maybe reach out to more people. Helps the channel grow. Um, so anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here because I want to start working on that engine. So, BTEX signing out.